This is so embarrassing. Hello. I'm gonna try making a different kind of video today, especially because I feel like I post so irregularly. I just wanted to make something that didn't make me feel like, oh, I'm gonna have such a hard time editing this. Oh, I don't even want to touch the footage because it's gonna be so boring to actually have to watch and edit and then share on YouTube just to get like 10 views. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna be straight. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I hate making content. I hate it. I genuinely despise it. And in general, just the phrase making content is enough to piss me off. Is I think the phrase making content is so stupid. In itself, referring to art as content is basically just taking the soul out of art. It's treating art as just something you look at in social, like on social media, and then forget about it forever. It's taking out the impact that art has on humans. Art is basically everywhere. And the fact that we now treat it like content is basically hell. It's basically hell. Everything nowadays has to be a consumer product. And I don't want my art to be just part of this capitalist structure. I mean, of course, I need to make a living out of something, and of course, I'm a professional artist. So I, in fact, need to, do the usual, like, common stuff, commissions, some prints here and there, paintings. I have to produce in some way. But I believe that calling art content is just stripping it from everything it is, because art isn't inherently a product. And the fact that you kind of have to publicize it that way, the fact that you have to put yourself out there and just create like over and over every single day, every day you have to post something, every day you have to, I don't know, make a new piece so your followers can see that you're active, I guess, is just stupid. And to be honest, that's part of the reason I haven't been posting on YouTube as much, because I just really don't have the time or the energy to sit down for oh, I don't have the time to sit down for 6 or 7 hours straight just drawing with like a few breaks in between, maybe, yeah, of course. But aside from that, just make a piece, make it look decent, then edit that shit, then like do the, I don't know, thumbnail, write a description, answer comments, post it on Instagram, post it on Instagram stories. Hi guys, I uploaded a new video. Post it on Twitter. Hi guys, I uploaded a new video. Post it on 30 different platforms just to, I don't know, get a decent income out of like publicity, people finding my stuff. I just think, number one, it's a crazy waste of time. It's a crazy waste of time. I could just be using that time to make more arts, number one, that I actually like, or just resting or doing some other shit. I don't know, because usually spending so much time on, like, how do I say this? Like, posting everything on social media, on, like, on the internet, it just feels pointless. It's not actually doing anything to improve my work. It doesn't make me happy in any way. Of course, yeah, I get interaction or whatever, but that's not the point. That's not the point. I don't want my work to be sold as a product. I want my work to actually reach people. I want to draw something that I enjoy and that other people can enjoy without having to think about, if my post got shadow banned or some shit. And I don't know. I just I just feel like in general, this era of like, I don't know how to say it. I guess like dopamine addiction. Everyone has to be consuming all the time. It's just people aren't in a place to actually, how do I say this? People aren't actually in a place to consume in any other way, I guess. Like, your phone is basically free, Instagram is free, TikTok is free. YouTube is free shit. I'm on here too, and people can access entertainment anywhere, anytime. That's why everyone's on their phone, and I just think it's not the only thing you can do. Wait, is that stupid? Is that stupid? I don't know. I feel like there's so many other ways to show your art to the world that aren't using social media. Of course, social media will get you the furthest faster. Of course, if you need a stable income, social media is kind of inescapable. I mean, you're watching this, so that means that in this digital day and age, you kind of have to adapt. But I hate that making content every single day, posting constantly, is basically the standard, because it's not healthy. And for artists for a long time, it hasn't been that way. It's only become that way recently. Thanks to social media, people are expecting artists to pump out new pieces all the time. Shit is even one of the reasons AI got so popular, because it can just create images so fast. You don't even have to depend on a real human who needs real human time to make something that's infinitely more soulful than whatever AI slop can make. Did I say that right? So yeah, I just don't know. I don't understand it. I never, ever will consider my art content due to this. I did at one point, I don't know, at one point I was like really obsessed with like getting Instagram famous. I feel like this is relatable for a lot of artists maybe. Like, I wanted to get Instagram famous, I wanted to get Twitter famous, I wanted to have a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. But to be honest, I'm really not about that anymore. Just because it's like I'm working 24/7 for Instagram. It's like I'm working 24/7 for Twitter, for YouTube, because I'm just focusing on making artwork faster, not thinking about the quality, posting it. Just I used to focus all the time about making at least one piece a day, and obviously that's not realistic. And obviously I didn't improve because I was just making artwork for the sake of artwork, for the sake of posting it as content, and it it isn't fruitful. You're not really earning anything out of it. And obviously, if you're making half-ass pieces, people can tell that you're making half-ass pieces. So obviously, you're not going to get as much traction. You might, but it's not that likely. You're not going to get as much traction, which is what you came for in the first place. You're not really showing work that you're proud of. People are not seeing what your actual work that has time and effort put in it looks like, because you're just focused on posting, posting, posting. So in the end, you don't really make anything interesting. You probably don't get any traction. If you do, damn, prove me wrong. And you didn't improve. You generally didn't improve. You didn't get anything out of it. You're just producing for the sake of producing. You're making content which is devoid of any meaning, and it's nothing. You're basically like selling your soul to do all this, because obviously after all this posting, after all this editing your videos, posting shorts, I don't know, reels, TikToks, you obviously don't have time for anything else. If you do, damn, congrats. But for most people, I don't think it's realistic. For most artists, I don't think it's realistic to be thinking about making content and just posting every day and just, I don't know, earning a shit ton of money, I guess. Like, it is just not realistic. I don't think people improve like that, unless you're like absolutely crazy. You're 100% head in the game. But like, I guess I can't believe it. There must be a few people, but probably for you and me, I don't think that's possible. At least not for me. For me, it's like the worst thing ever. And to be honest, yeah, as I said, it's very draining, fruitless. So what? Why would you do that? Why would you want to become a content creator? Is your art good? That doesn't matter. Did you put effort into it? If you did, that is a good influence for society. I'm just rambling at this point. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Just my experience, my final words of advice to you, even if you want to become world famous artist, don't don't put all your energy into just pushing out like content, art. Just don't do it. Don't focus on making short form content, which is not good for anyone. Don't focus all your time and energy into long form content either. Just focus on the art itself. If that's what you want to do, focus on the art. Don't focus on fame or anything like that, recognition. Of course, if you need to make a living, you kind of have to use social media. There are other ways, but that's the fastest now, like in this day and age. So if you have to, then do it. But don't post for the sake of just getting bigger and reaching a bigger audience. Because if you do that, it could really kill your passion for art. I'm saying it from experience. Just take your time. Nothing, you'll get nothing instantly. Look at me. I'm also an artist. Probably, well, you're probably an artist if you're watching this. Maybe not. But if you're an artist, you also probably like want to make a living out of art. And even then, I do not have the patience for making any type of videos and just churning out drawings every day. Who has the time for that? You need time to rest, time to practice, time to actually learn from like your own art, other people's art, get inspired. And it's just, don't do it. Don't post every day. Just chill out. It'll be okay. You can chill out. Just chill out. Thank you.